Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for all the latest videos, vlogs, and smoke alongs. We appreciate your support. Spark it up and let's talk some wrestling.
I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
Ooh, got a death match, baby.
Wrestling is weed, goddammit.
I am buff and I am the stuff and the girls can't get enough. Check Wrestling with Weed. I love it. Wrestling with Weed is the stuff.
Be like RVD 420 because all you need is wrestling with weed.
We always buy these blunts. Remember, get Vegas, not these blunts. Garcia Vegas. So, John Cena makes his first appearance overseas as a heel, which he says he's not a face or a heel. He's just a person. Now, he really got into it. And the crowd went crazy. As soon as he came out, it felt like the old days when John Cena used to come out and he'd be like, Cena sucks. Cena sucks. I think it was Belgium they were in. That crowd was rocking. The first time WWE's ever been there, so I'm pretty sure they were hyped. Pretty sure that they gave away some free tickets because pretty sure not a lot of people out there were like, oh, I'm going to go see WWE. Pretty sure there was a lot, but not everybody, you know. But overall, the promo was pretty good. You know, we talked about how we turned our backs on him and we were using him and never really appreciate him. When in all actuality, he's right. Me as a fan, I've never liked him. I was like, oh, he's the same fucking fight move, same bullshit over and over again. But his longevity and his willing to do anything for the company, even though he's a big star and big screen, got a TV show, and if you guys ever run into us at any show and you want to smoke with us, make sure that blunt is rolled with a Garcia Vega. You know what I'm saying? Not no Swisher, not no fucking Dutch, a Garcia Vega, because they keep bringing me Swishers and Dutches, and I don't like that. I like Garcia Vegas. But anyways, John Cena, he's a beast. That promo was awesome. I felt that promo, you know, and I got to see it. I didn't see it live. Got to see it late because I was working or whatever, you know, got stuff to do. But I didn't know it was coming on at 3. I know it was going to be early, like SmackDown, and then they were just going to play it later on. But since it's on Netflix, I guess they're able to play it right away. It was like 3 o'clock, I think. But he gave a real good promo about how we don't appreciate him, we didn't appreciate him, we just used him, we took him for granted. And he's right, you know. I never liked John Cena. He's kind of the reason why I didn't watch wrestling like the late 2000s, early 10s, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why we got back into wrestling, honestly, I would come back in once in a while and see some Punk stuff when he was going against Cena. I kind of like that storyline. And what really got me back into wrestling was AEW. You know, shout out to AEW. We still fuck with you. Mariah May and Toni Storm had a fucking fantastic hardcore match, no holds bars, unsanctioned match, whatever you want to call it. That was awesome. That was up there, maybe past the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match, but nonetheless, it was a great match. And I'll do another video about that because, you know, we did a whole video about how if you guys are missing out, if you guys have not watched AEW and watched this Mariah May and Toni Storm saga, it was awesome, you know. But yeah, the John Cena, I got back into wrestling in 2019. Like officially was like I'm watching all of it. Try to not miss no episode, and then the pandemic came. no crowds. They had the Thunderdome, you know what I mean? Like, they just kept pushing, kept going through, you know. And Drew McIntyre was a champion. Cena would come in. Cena had that. I enjoyed it. It was an entertaining match with Bray Wyatt where they said he never turned heel, and a lot of the stuff that Bray Wyatt told him that night came to fruition because it's exactly what's happening now, you know. And I'm feeling that John Cena's using that as a little bit of an inspiration. Shout out to Bray Wyatt, R.I.P. You know, trying to use a little bit of his ideas, bring it in. Pretty sure. But the whole John Cena heel turn is like he's just saying that now he wants what he wants. He's tired of doing everything for everybody else, and you can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's not going full-fledged heel. He's just going like he's mad at the fans. He's not like doing it in spite of the fans. Like he's not doing it to hurt the fans in any way. He's just mad at the fans. You know what I mean? It's a different heel turn from when Ariel Helwani on his podcast was trying to compare this heel turn with Hulk Hogan's heel turn. And it's two different levels. You know what I mean? Hulk Hogan was a babyface forever, turned heel, and it was more of like arrogance and cockiness. And he's like, forget you guys, fuck you guys. I'm Hulk Hogan, I deserve everything. John Cena is on some more like, you know, he deserves it for everything that he put his life, his body through, everything he went through. He says for the last 10 years, 10 to 15 years, he's been in the business for 20, 25 years maybe. So it's like, he said 25 years, but I think he came out in 2003 or 2001 maybe. I'm not sure exactly. Correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. But yeah, it's not in the same tier, but it has sort of the same effect. It's not going to be like Hogan turning heel was monumental to the business. You know what I mean? Like, it changed the business. It changed the way people were getting money. It changed everything, you know? Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, you got to give them credit too. And if you look at it right now, John Cena, this heel turn is just him. The Rock's there, but The Rock's been a bad guy. And they're not jumping over from any other company and starting it off right away. So that's not kind of the impact they get in it. But it's still a good heel turn, or I guess he says not heel, not babyface, but it's still a good fuck you turn, I guess, you know, because he's like, man, forget the fans, F the fans, F all my supporters. I like the way he walked to the ring, put his head down and walked straight. Like, if you ever watched the One Night Stand, he did the same thing. Either night one or night two, I'm not sure. I think it might have been night one. And then, he didn't throw out his towel. He didn't take off his shirt. It looked like he was getting real emotional out there. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's awesome. He's getting real emotional out there. And you can feel it. It's just it's coming out of the TV at you when you're watching him. You know what I'm saying? And he's using the fans. The fans were out of control. I loved it. You know, it was a great fan. It was a great crowd. You know what I'm saying? And John Cena's heel turn, this is only the beginning. They said they scheduled him for next week in Spain, I think they said. I'm not sure. And is this going to be great storytelling? Because The Rock hasn't even came out. He came out by himself. As soon as you get The Rock, I hope Travis Scott don't come out. But he might come out with them. And I figured they add one more guy. And I was saying one of the other podcasts about that one more guy could be Taker. You know, which that would be monumental right there. You got Taker join the group. Like, Taker comes out and tries to help Cody, and then choke slams Cody, and then you know who's coming out of WrestleMania, boy. Austin, that glass breaking, and they coming. What? Ooh! But yeah, that's. I enjoyed it. There's probably gonna some people that it was kind of stale, or it was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this promo. Then Cody came out. The only thing, I guess they're trying to save it till WrestleMania when they already had contact. You know what I mean? They already been physical. So it's like you're not really saving anything because we already seen it. But I would have liked to seen, instead of the past what? How many has been like maybe 2 weeks since Cena turned heel, and I feel like Cody's been building up each week. He was like, "Oh, John Cena, you're a piece of shit. John Cena, this. John Cena, come get some." And all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm figuring, I guess you can't have John Cena. You already did it on Friday night. In my head, I'm already thinking ahead, but on Friday night you did it with Tiffany and Charlotte, where the referees came out, security came out and broke it up. Because I feel like Cody should have came out and Cena should have had a little bit of fear in him. Because you just jumped this guy with two other guys. And I'm going to come out and just talk shit to you and tell you you're a punk and then walk out the ring. Nah, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? I feel like Cody should have came in. I guess Cena doesn't run because it'll make him look more of a pussy. Go into the crowd. It's more of like Cena's not playing a bad guy. Cena's playing just a person that's just tired of the situation he was in. And it's not really all because he wants to do it. It's because he got to do it. You know what I'm saying? More of the bad heels like Hogan was because he wanted to do that. He wanted to turn heel. He wanted to screw the fans, you know? And I guess you could have had Cody run to the ring and Cena run to the crowd and leave through the crowd. You know what I mean? Maybe that will happen again, but I think they missed their time. Right now, it should have been the first interaction because you just jumped me with two other guys. I'm coming for your ass. You know what I'm saying? But he comes to the ring and he's hugging everybody coming to the ring. And I guess you got to do that because who knows when they're going to be back. But you have him come to the ring, just talk shit to him, look him in his face, tell him I took your best shot and you ain't shit, and then leave. It was a little lackluster, you know? Could have had Cody jump in the ring and at least start fighting and have the fucking if you did it already with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. Pretty sure they didn't want to do it again because of that. But they could have had the whole crowd come. You know how, man, that crowd would have rocked. Even though it was already rocking, it would have rocked. You know what I'm saying? To see them go boom, blow for blow, blow for blow. You know, you had the, no, you know? It would have been so much better. But I guess they're saving it and they're going to use it. You know, that's why I'm not a writer for WWE. I probably could be. You know, make some better shit than what we're watching. But they're doing pretty good. I give it to that. They're doing pretty good. And I just felt like it should have ended different. But they wanted to end it with Cena in the ring and everybody booing him grabbing his towel and walking out, you know. So hopefully they have some more, to get a little physical these weeks coming up and start fighting, you know what I'm saying? And make it to a melee and everybody have the fucking wrestlers come out. Some of the wrestlers that are just neutrons and just have them come out and boom, stop it, you know. And like how they had John Cena, I think it was John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I think it was like that. I'm not sure if that was the one. It might have been Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. But yeah, overall, the Raw, I didn't get to see all of Raw. I didn't get to see the main event. I'm going to watch it when I get back. But overall, the Raw was pretty good. You had Rhea try to put Io Sky through a table while Bianca Belair was laying there actually because she headbutted her. And the table didn't break. So they were like, you know, they fucked up. I would have picked it back up and boom, powerbombed her again and make sure that table broke. Because it would be more effective, more visually pleasing, I guess. You'd be like, oh shit, they broke the table. But yeah, then she signs her name to the contract, so we don't know if she's gonna pop up and it'll be a three-way now, which is kind of bullshit because Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble for that belt, and I guess they should have a match to see who goes. But it's all leading up to Io Sky not winning at WrestleMania, which I hope she does win. I hope I'm wrong because I like Io Sky. I like her entrance, you know, like, and she'd get down in the ring. So, and I seen some matches from her in Japan, and she got into some rough matches, some hardcore shit, you know. And gotta give her that. But who knows what's gonna happen there? And then you got what else happened? What else happened? I didn't get to see the match between my boy Hold on. Penta and Tiffany's boyfriend, but they said that match was good, so I'm trying to watch that. But this is really about the whole heel Cena we were supposed to get, and we're really not getting a heel Cena. We're getting an upset Cena. Like, I guess that you could say that's the same thing, but a heel Cena is enjoying being a heel. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels like they're trying to make John Cena heel, but not enjoying it. Like, he doesn't want to be like this. He doesn't want to do this, but we forced his hand. And I appreciate it. I like it. I dig it. And I'm looking forward to these coming weeks before we ship off to Vegas and watch WrestleMania in Vegas. I never been to Vegas. These two guys have been. I'm going with $5 Donnie and Broski. Baby Chirac comes next year. But yeah, then we're after Mania, they're gonna have SummerSlam in New York. So we're planning on going to that one. So we're planning on going to every major pay-per-view there is from now on. And I think they're gonna have one out of the country, one in Saudi Arabia, the Rumble next year. So we'll see. Maybe we go to Survivor Series. You know, that used to be the top four: Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. Those were the top four at one point. You know, and then Survivor Series became like a child they didn't want, you know, and it became the top three now, you know. But it should really solidify Survivor Series again, because that's a great time of year. You don't really have that much stuff going on in wrestling because you're gonna have to wait till next year for the Rumble, and Survivor Series is there. And Survivor Series was always awesome. The random 6 men that are teaming up for one night only, and you enjoy that shit, you know. I think they need to go back to that and make that a powerhouse. You could do that a 2-day event, Survivor Series, you know. But we'll see what's happening. And that's pretty much it. I appreciated John Cena's heel turn. I hope you guys did. If you guys really want to share your opinion, just put it in the comment section. You know, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm trying to get some smoke alongs out. That's it for now. We'll come back and we'll do a video about that Mariah May and Toni Storm. That was awesome, that match. If you guys have not seen it, go back and watch it. I think it's Revolution. Mariah May versus Toni Storm in their last final scene to their movie, what she likes to say. And if you've seen the promo before that, man, bro, that's a whole other video we gotta talk about. But yeah, remember to like, subscribe, Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. John Cena's semi-heel turn. He's just disappointed in us. Put your comments below. I'm gone.
Yeah.